Welcome to this presentation on student insurance. I will be walking through a few examples and scenarios that demonstrate how student insurance works. This is the example covered in the original presentation. In this example, we have a student with a $10,000 hospital bill. Their primary insurance has a $5,000 deductible, which is typical for our students, and then it pays 80%. If we look at the numbers, we see a $10,000 hospital bill. The primary insurance subtracts the deductible, the amount you're responsible for paying before the insurance makes a payment. The balance is $5,000, of which they will then pay 80%. Their total payment would be $4,000, and your responsibility would be $6,000. With student insurance as your secondary plan, your balance would be zero. Student insurance would pay the balance in full. Let's look at the how and why of this example. Student insurance starts with the same first dollar as your primary insurance. So we see the $10,000 hospital bill. We subtract the $100 student insurance deductible if you have not met it yet. We have a balance of $9,900, of which we can pay 70%. This means we can pay $6,930. Your balance was $6,000, which is less than the amount that we can pay. Therefore, we pay your bill in full. You paid nothing out of pocket. Your primary insurance and student insurance paid the total balance. If a student did not have primary insurance, this would be the same amount student insurance could pay, $6,930, if the student insurance deductible had not already been met. This is the same hospital bill that we saw in example 1. However, with this scenario, there is no deductible or percent paid by the primary. Instead, there is only a copay of $350 owed to the hospital after your primary pays the bill. Again, student insurance starts with the same first dollar as your primary insurance. So we see the $10,000 hospital bill. The primary paid the full balance, leaving only $350. With student insurance as your secondary policy, your balance again would be zero. Student insurance and your primary insurance would pay the bill in full. Math is essentially the same as in the first scenario. Student insurance starts at the same first dollar as your primary insurance. So here we see the $10,000 hospital bill. We subtract the $100 deductible if you've not met it already. We have a balance of $9,900, of which we can pay 70%. This means we can pay $6,930. Your balance was $350, which is less than the amount that we can pay. Therefore, we pay your bill in full. You paid nothing out of pocket. Your primary insurance and student insurance paid the total balance. This example is another one similar to example 1. Here you have a $5,000 deductible, and the primary insurance again would pay 80%. In this example, you have a $250 physician bill rather than a hospital bill. The full $250 would be your responsibility if you have not yet met your deductible with your primary. For student insurance, we could pay $105, leaving you a balance of $145 if the student insurance deductible was not met. However, if you had met your student insurance deductible, student insurance would pay $175, leaving you with just a balance of $75. An additional option to consider is what if you had met your primary insurance deductible of $5,000. In this case, your primary would pay 80% of the bill, or $200, leaving you with a $50 balance. Student insurance would pay this balance in full. Here I've outlined how student insurance would pay the $50 balance if the primary deductible had been met. You see the $250 physician bill. The primary paid 80%, or $200, leaving a $50 balance. Using the same math we've used previously, we start with the billed amount of $250, subtract the student insurance deductible if it's not been met. This would leave $150, of which student insurance could pay 70%. The benefit would be $105, which is more than the $50 owed to the provider, so student insurance would pay the balance in full. These examples show the student insurance payment if the primary deductible was not met. In each case, you see the $250 physician bill. The first column is the same math we saw on the prior slide, which explains the student insurance could pay $105. This would leave you a balance of $145 rather than $250 if your deductible had not been met or if you only had student insurance as your primary. The second column shows the student insurance payment if the student insurance deductible has been met. Remember, you only have to meet it one time per injury or illness. In this example, student insurance can pay $175 of the $250 physician bill. This would leave you with a balance of $75 owed to the medical provider. Again, this would be the same amount that you would owe if student insurance was your primary insurance. Our final example shows the same $250 physician bill. In this example, you owe a copay of $30 after the primary pays. Student insurance would pay the copay for you. Let's look at the math. This is the same math we looked at in example 3. However, your balance after the primary payment is only $30. In both cases, whether the student insurance deductible has been met or it has not been met, student insurance pays your balance of $30. You pay nothing for these visits. Our website address and telephone number is provided here for your reference. Please reach out to us with any additional questions you may have about student insurance. We are here to help. Welcome to EIU.